Again, back in here again, new video. As you guys can tell, we're on a roll today. So I'm going to do a reading with the regular deck. I'm still making the deck set a witch tarot deck from tarot.com. So I'm pretty much just going through the site and I'm drawing every card out by hand like these. And when can it be done? I feel like by Friday. I'm not giving you guys the time. I don't want to be that guy to say it and then, like, my word is not my bond. So when the deck is complete, So we're going to see what we have in store today. Pull from the back, pull from the top, let me pull from the bottom, and pull from the middle. Let us see what these cards are. So we have the Eight of Swords. We have the Nine of Swords. And we have the Page of Wands. Let me take a minute to see what these cards have in store for you. It's so weird. I feel like I pulled these cards before. If I did, in the comments below, say, how do you pull the same three cards again? I don't know. So pretty much it deals with, this card deals with being trapped or restricted. This card deals with fear and anxiety. And this card deals with exploration and freedom. So if you feel constricted in any type of way in your life, whether that be your job, whether that be in your diet, whether that be when you go home, you feel like you have no peace of mind, it's important to figure out what you enjoy. What you enjoy doing, what you feel like, okay, once I get certain things done, I as a person feel better. Like, for instance, like for me, I can't be in clutter for too long because then my brain just shuts off and I'm like, but why is there a towel on the floor, and why is there a dust bunny to the left, and why is there a broom on the ground with a whole bunch of dust bunnies? Like, stuff like that. It's all clutter. So if you feel like you're going through something where there's clutter all around you and you need to get out of it, it's okay to take a breath. This is why I say meditation is very important, because without you actually taking time to learn what meditation is and find that sense of source and find that sense of self, you're just going to be running around in circles. Nothing will actually get accomplished because your mind will never truly be at ease. It's important that if even 30 minutes or even 15 minutes that you actually go for a walk, or you go for a run, or you perform some kind of strenuous task where you're sweating, because when you get that blood flowing, I feel it's probably proven by science also, is that when you are able to get that blood flowing, your brain starts to think more clearly. When you go outside, you take that deep breath, you breathe in the actual air, it's going to help you, because being inside, let's say you work in the office, right? You're not actually getting fresh air, ever, unless the window is cracked and your head's out the window and you're breathing. Because what it comes down to is that you're in a controlled, I would say, AC environment, pretty much, because there's no real sunshine there. You're under fluorescent light bulbs. You're in AC the whole day. No windows are open. So what you're going through is pretty much what a robot goes through, which is nothing. Nothing is happening. Your brain is there. Whatever you're doing, the task you're doing is generic. You really don't care. You've been in the job for so many times, so many years, so many months, so many days, whatever. That's why I always say it's very important that when you go outside, you take 4 or 5 deep breaths. I have a book of meditation, and it's on the site, Crystal Clear Uni, in the bio. I think the book is like under $10, so I mean, if you purchase it and you write to me or email me, I'll definitely help you along the way. Because I know, like, if it's your first time meditating, some people don't really know what to do. And it's important that you find what works for you. Some people like to lay down in the grass. Some people like to take off their shoes and just have their feet in the grass, submerge and stretch and do like a little tai chi, a little yoga. For me, I just enjoy laying down in the grass. I enjoy having no shoes on. I feel like when you have shoes, the disconnect comes from the shoe sole and the ground. Like, you're not actually gonna feel all that good energy that the world has to offer for you. Offer to you. Why is it offer for you? But offer to you. So these are just some things that I do that help me. Also, yoga, because yoga and working out, because once you figure out muscle memory and you understand like your limits, then you understand how to push past your limits. You understand what used to actually be fragile to you is now just become the norm. So you won't be taking everything as personal as you should. Once you start doing yoga, you'll understand that yes, if you haven't done yoga ever in your life, it is a very calculated move, because I started doing yoga maybe a good like 4 years ago, 5 years, probably longer than that. Honestly, I definitely lost track. But for me, it was all about pushing my flexibility to the limits. Like, for instance, like I'm able to stand up straight and put my hands on the ground. Most people can't do that because there always tends to be like tightness that you have in your back or anywhere else in your body. But when you take time to realize that, okay, I'm doing this now, I'm going to take time, and I'm not saying to go in it and try to like rip your body apart by not easing into stretches and not easing into different positions, but when you take time to slowly do downward dog and you take a breath, it's going to feel a lot better than you trying to pull off your leg, you know? And with these cards, guys, the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Swords, right? Yeah. And the Page of Wands, it's just important that you realize that you are in control. Even though you feel constricted, you're not. It's all like a mental thing. Unless you're physically in bondage, then call 911. But you need to understand that you are in control. You've been in control, and you just have to take all this control back. You have to take a step back if you feel like it's being too much, it's being too overwhelming. Start some meditation, start some yoga, and all this is going to help you clear your mind. I love y'all, and don't forget, check in the bio for the site.